Hello. Welcome back to Module 4, the American Republic in Practice. Today, we will go over Section 3, State and Local Government. In this video, you will learn how the basic system of 3 branches of government applies to the state of Kansas. The current Kansas Constitution was crafted in Wyandotte County in 1859, and adopted by the territorial legislature on July 29 of that year. The document was approved by Congress and signed into law by President James Buchanan on January 29, 1861, which made Kansas the 34th state of the Union. Like other state constitutions, the one for Kansas shares elements with the U.S. Constitution. The Kansas Constitution is the supreme law of the state. The state constitution defines the structure of the state's government in 15 articles, establishes and empowers 3 branches of government, the executive, the legislative, and the judiciary, and recognizes a separation of powers doctrine. The similarities with the federal constitution end at this point. The Kansas Constitution begins with an extensive Bill of Rights that includes every protection outlined in the U.S. Bill of Rights. Article 1 addresses executive power in the state. Executive power is divided among the governor, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, the attorney general, state treasurer, and insurance commissioner. All of these are elected positions. The governor has the usual executive powers such as enforcing the laws enacted by the legislature and supervising state agency heads, but he or she may also call a special session of the legislature when necessary. A unique limitation on executive power in this state is that the pardon power is subject to legislative regulation. The legislature has established a process for the exercise of the pardon power that does restrict the governor's authority in this matter. Article 2, Section 1 vests the state's legislative power in the House of Representatives and the Senate. Section 2 stipulates that the number of legislators shall be regulated by law, but the number should not be more than 125 representatives and 40 senators. Representatives are elected for 2-year terms, while senators serve for 4 years. Section 3 mentions the legislators' compensation, and Section 4 covers their residency qualifications. Section 8 establishes the organization and sessions of the legislature. Regular sessions meet annually on the second Monday in January. Sessions held in even-numbered years are mandated by law to not exceed 90 calendar days, but the session can be extended with a 2/3 vote in each house. Bills and concurrent resolutions under consideration at the end of a regular session in an odd-numbered year will be considered at the beginning of the next session. Sections 13, 14, 15, and 16 cover legislation. Article 3 of the state constitution vests the judicial power of the state in one court of justice. This court is divided into a Supreme Court, district courts, and other courts that were created by the legislature. The Kansas Court of Appeals is one such court. The Kansas Supreme Court is located in Topeka. This court is the highest appellate court and the final judicial authority in the state. The state constitution grants the Supreme Court general administrative authority over all other Kansas courts, including practices and procedures. Supreme Court justices are currently selected using a merit system that was adopted by constitutional amendment in 1958. This merit system specifies that a nominating commission, comprised of 4 lawyers elected by the Kansas Bar Association and 3 non-attorneys appointed by the governor, accept applications for a vacancy and submit 3 nominee names to the governor. The governor must choose one name within a certain time period. If he or she fails to choose within the allotted time, the Chief Justice of the Kansas Supreme Court must choose one of the nominees. This has never occurred though. Like the federal circuit courts and the U.S. Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, and the State Court of Appeals, for that matter, does not conduct trials. Instead, the judges decide on appeals from cases originating in the district courts. When resolving legal issues, the appellate judges interpret and apply the law to the evidence developed during trial in the district courts. The Kansas Court of Appeals is located in Topeka, but hears cases regionally. This court is the intermediate level of state appellate courts. The merit system used by the state Supreme Court does not apply to the Court of Appeals. Instead, the Court of Appeals has adopted the federal system of executive appointment and legislative confirmation. The district courts are the courts of general original jurisdiction over all civil and criminal cases. Each of the 105 counties in Kansas has a district court. There are 12 subsequent articles in the Kansas Constitution that include topics such as elections, suffrage, education, public institutions and welfare, the militia, county and township organization, legislative apportionment, finance and taxation, corporations, banks, constitutional amendment and revision, and miscellaneous topics. A few county governments in Kansas operate under a county charter adopted through a public vote. Most, however, operate under statutory home rule. Three notable examples being Barton County, Geary County, and Leavenworth County, the sites of Barton Community College's campuses. Home rule means that a county government has the authority to manage local affairs in accordance with state law. This is granted through state statute, specifically the County Home Rule Act, and does not require the adoption of a charter. Over time, county commissioners have passed individual charter resolutions in place of a single county charter. This allows the county in question to exempt itself from disproportionate state statutes that do not address local needs and substitute its own provisions. This does not include laws that apply to every county in the state. Home rule is the default authority for Kansas counties. The Barton County and Leavenworth County governments are each primarily led by elected 5-person boards of county commissioners. Geary County has 3 commissioners. Regardless of their number, commissioners are responsible for setting policy, managing the county, and performing executive and legislative functions. Handling the day-to-day operations of Barton and Leavenworth counties are the county administrators. These individuals are responsible for budget management, staff supervision, asset control, and other duties as assigned by the county commissioners. These are appointed positions, and the county administrators serve at the pleasure of their respective county commissioners. Elected positions in all 3 counties include county commissioners, district court judges, the county attorney, the county clerk, the county register of deeds, and the county sheriff. Under Kansas statute, elected county officials are sworn into office on the second Monday of the new year following the general election. Across the state, the courthouse is the seat of county government. Some cities in Kansas operate by way of a city commission model in which a group of elected commissioners perform the executive and legislative functions of government. A city manager handles the daily operations. Salina, McPherson, Hayes, Junction City, Manhattan, and Leavenworth are some of the cities that have adopted this model. Great Bend's government is a mixture of the mayor-council and the council-manager models. The mayor and the city council are elected positions. The mayor is elected by the city's voters as a whole, while the 8 city council members are elected from the 4 wards of the city. They serve 2-year terms of office. According to Kansas statute, wards in this context refer to subdivisions of a city that are as equal in population as possible. The mayor and the city council make up the governing body of the city, and they adopt ordinances and resolutions and set goals and policies. The city administrator is responsible for implementing the programs and policies set by the mayor and city council. This individual also coordinates the administrative offices, prepares and recommends an annual budget, monitors departmental expenditures, and oversees city employee functions. Other city departments include building inspections, engineering, finance, the fire department, the police department, public works, utilities, human resources, the municipal court, and the zoo. These departments and others are managed by city employees. Next time. Now that you understand the root philosophies of the American style of government, and how those ideas are put into practice, we'll take a brief look at the major political parties in the next video and see how they each pursue their unique interpretations of the United States. Until then, thank you for your time. If you want to learn more about the subjects we have discussed, here are the sources used for this section.